Hello, everyone. Welcome to week 3. The overview for this week is letting you know that we are going to start another 2-week unit, and this is going to cover weeks 3 and week 4, where we're going to look at accessibility and 508 compliance. By the time we finish the 2 weeks, you should feel very comfortable being conversant in topics related to and issues related to accessibility and 508 compliance. You should feel comfortable discussing this in any job interviews, at meetings, at work where this comes up, and also as you think about making your final projects accessible. So we will spend a good amount of time in the content with video and web resources that you should feel, as I said, confident in your knowledge of this area. We're also going to start the website evaluation project this week. So that's going to be a 3-parter. And then also just a reminder about the final paper and project. So thanks to everyone who's gotten their brief description up on the forum. And I do want to touch base with everyone one-on-one if I haven't already. Our objectives are going to cover the 2 weeks that will be looking at this new content, but I've also added an objective related to your work with the website evaluation, just really thinking about synthesizing your new and prior knowledge around websites and website design and development. Then again, defining accessibility and 508 compliance, being able to explain the importance of accessibility features in online content and analyzing online content for those accessibility features. This week, your activities are to read and view all of the week 3 content. I do want to point out that there are 2 what are referred to as books in Moodle. So 2 books of content. One is the overview, and then the longer book for this week is the accessibility and 508 compliance. Again, many of the resources there are videos, but there's also some text and hyperlinks out to some other web content. Continue gathering articles for your lit review. I have talked to some of you about what that focus should be and what does it look like to start doing that information gathering and clarifying how the lit review for this course assignment, chapter 2 assignment is similar and or different to the lit reviews that you've done in previous courses. So if you have any questions about how you should be focusing your time on that assignment, please reach out to me. And then obviously connected to that is schedule your one-on-one to talk about your project if you haven't already done that. The meeting doesn't have to take place this week, but scheduling it, let's just get it in the books this week. Thanks for that. And you just have one assignment this week. So there's a good amount of content to go through, but for the accessibility content, but also you do need to be working on the part 1 of your website evaluation. There are resources in the website evaluation project folder, but you're going to do your original post by this Thursday, the 6th, and then one response to appear on the 9th. So just post some, in that response post, just post some questions in response to the post where you're describing why you chose those sites. If you, you guys know how to do that. So, and then I just have this little guidance about this assignment. So again, it's 3 parts over 3 weeks, week 3, 4, and 5. Part 1, which is due this week, is choosing 2 websites to evaluate. Post your titles and links to them to the discussion board. That's actually optional, posting the hyperlinks, but if you'd like to do that, you're welcome to. Then part 2, which will be due on week 4, you're going to use that checklist that hopefully you reviewed. It was linked to the week 2 content to provide an evaluation of the 2 websites. There'll be more guidance in week 4 about how to actually use the checklist for the assignment. And then in week 5, you're going to be working, submitting a 2 to 3 page paper. It's going to be important on that assignment that you take the time to do the comparison and contrast not just comparison or not just the contrast. And then a big part of that assignment as well is providing 3 areas that need to be improved based on your evaluation. So that's just a quick overview. Again, there's more resource information in the project overview. And then tips for the assignment. Really think about drawing on what you already know. So think about what you know and think intuitively about web design. Call on your personal and professional experience with web design. And then call on what you've learned in the course, in the program already about how people learn. So there's also going to be some tiebacks possibly to the content that you learned in IDT 535 with the Universal Design for Learning. And again, another reminder to utilize the resources in the website evaluation project folder. Okay, have a great week 3. Bye.